Good afternoon, everybody. Today we wanted to talk about fear, and starting August is coming up, starts tomorrow. Kids going back to school in a couple of weeks or a month, and we're already starting to hear some of the stories about the stress, the concern, the worry, and or fear that some of the kids are having about either going back to school or what the upcoming year is going to hold, and sometimes just day-to-day in general. We have a student creed, and some of the kids are getting really stressed out about having to learn it. So one of the things I wanted to share with you, a very powerful statement, is acknowledging that your child has fear and helping them overcome it. Basically, think about it. Whenever you're afraid or you don't know what the next step is, you get stuck. And so one of the main things that we like to do is making sure that we help get the kids unstuck with wherever they're at so that they can experience success and overcome this fear. So one of the key elements or key sentences, there's our special guest, that's Yuki. One of the special statements that we like to use with the kids is, I know that you can't, but if you could, what would it look like, or what would you do? And what this does is it helps the person unlock the brain, because when you're in fear, you're simply focused on that one thing of what's going on and what's happening, and you're just not able to process or think of any other option or solution. So by getting the brain thinking and moving off to another topic of, I understand that you can't, but if you could, what would it look like, or what would you do? An example of this was years ago. I was meeting my mom and my niece for lunch, and my mom was taking her to McDonald's, and McDonald's had the big playland. She was about 5 or 6, and so of course she wanted to go and play on the playland. And after about 5 or 7 minutes, we suddenly hear this, scream of, Grandma. And so as we looked up, she had managed to make her way all the way to the very, very top of the play area, and she got afraid. She was afraid that she was too high, and so her mind got her stuck. So she is literally looking down at us and saying, I can't get down. Now, naturally, we know she could, but in her brain, it was just mentally impossible for her to move or get down from that playland. So what I did is I climbed up, that first slide, and I was able to get my hand, a couple of feet away from her. And I said, I understand that you can't come down and that you're stuck, but do you think you could make it to this one next little level? And it was only one step down. And so she's like, well, I think I can. And so then she made it to that one step. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. I understand you're stuck. But now if you put your foot over here, then you'll be one more step. And then she climbed down. Long story short, after a couple minutes, we had her all the way back down, and she was perfectly fine. And then even better, 10, 15 minutes later, she was climbing, and she went all the way back up to the top and made her own way down again. So again, it's about finding the way to get your ninja to success once they're stuck. And the great thing is, this works for us as adults too. We run into a circumstance and you're just stuck and you're like, I don't see an option. Ask yourself the question, well, okay, I understand I can't, but if I could, what would I do? And that's just going to start getting the mind going, the imagination flowing. And at that point, more often than not, you're going to find the solution. So hopefully you found this tip helpful. I'm enjoying the videos and enjoying the feedback that we're getting from them. So if you have a comment about being stuck or finding a time that the tip has helped you, please just leave it in the comments below. As always, feel free to share this. I'm going to enjoy the afternoon. We've got about another hour before I head in for classes. So we'll hopefully see you guys tonight or tomorrow in classes. And let me know how things are going. Have a great day.